What can you tell us about what the conversations so far that have been had?
Yeah, thanks. It looks like Chin and Blinken had about 7.5 hours of conversation yesterday over the course of a long, extended meeting with the two delegations, a smaller group-setting meeting that went longer than planned, and then a working dinner later that evening. So in that time, they spoke about the gamut of issues between the U.S. and China, everything from the problem areas like Taiwan, and you can assume that they did exchange, a few little barbs over human rights and other things like that, although they didn't get into specifics when they briefed us on Sunday evening. But they did also make some progress in terms of what they told us, kind of understanding the other side's perspective on the areas where they have differences, but also trying to strike some progress in terms of establishing working groups or minister or sub-minister level communication links going forward on a number of issues. There was also some hope that they would be able to expand the number of flights between the U.S. and China, which obviously fell off during the pandemic. And they were hoping to try and get some more progress on basically those communication links, which China obviously severed after then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi went to Taiwan last summer. So we've seen some progress. There's no breakthroughs, of course. I don't think we expect any reconciliation or both sides coming to fundamental agreement on anything that they disagree with here. But what we've been told is that they're getting to a slightly better place, and that is really the goal of the trip, was to stabilize ties that had become completely unpredictable and measuring at every new incident, basically.
Ian, yeah, it's good to talk, isn't it? And will he be in? Is there any kind of idea that whether we're going to have Blinken meet with President Xi Jinping? And tell me how Taiwan has been addressed during these conversations.
Yeah, so I think we do expect Blinken to meet Chinese leader Xi Jinping at some point today. It's not on the schedule, but everyone was expecting that coming in, and the fact that not meeting Xi would be a huge slight to the U.S. side and a pretty sour message about U.S.-China ties. I don't think that's what the Chinese side wants to send here, and I'm not 100% sure that the U.S. Would have agreed to come if that was going to be the outcome, even though that explicitly said to us. He's obviously meeting Wang Yi this morning. Our sense was that those conversations today are meant to follow up on some of the specifics of the sort of broad, long discussions that were had yesterday with Qingdong. I think in terms of Taiwan, when we were sort of asking about it yesterday during a sort of closed-door briefing with State Department officials, there was a sense that they did not want to get into the specifics. They probably did not want to send any sort of messaging or negative message while they're still meeting with the Chinese side. So I think that was both sides are trying to kind of move gently forward here, especially when it comes to sensitive issues like Taiwan.